Hey guys, this is Rocking 3, being another live commentary, Forza 6. This is going to be another parts and tune video. This is one of my favorite cars. We're actually jumping up to C class now, but we're going to be buying this D class 1957 Ferrari 250 California. It is a little pricey at 1.4 million, so you may not have enough credits to keep up here. We've been buying a few expensive cars, and this one's no different. But it's very fun. It's a very good speed car. At the end of the video here, you will see me driving it on Bathurst. We'll put it on that track. Alright, let's go through the parts first. Engine swap, we are a stock engine. We have the stock drivetrain. And we have the twin turbo. Sorry about that. We have the stock intake, stock carburetor, stock ignition, stock exhaust. We have the race camshafts. That was a really good bump. Horsepower and RPMs. We have the stock valves, stock engine block, stock pistons. We have the race twin turbo. And we have the street intercooler. Let me show you the guys' RPM here, or the horsepower. 398 horsepower. And the car only weighs 2181. It's crazy. Alright, and those other two are stock, the oil and the flywheel. Alright, in the suspension we have race brakes, we have race springs and dampers. We have race front and rear anti-roll bars. We have the stock chassis. We have the full race weight reduction. In the drivetrain we have the stock clutch. We have the street transmission. We have the street driveline. And we have the racing differential. We have the stock tire compound. And we have the stock tire width. I always like to look at the PI. You can see it's just a huge jump. And we have a stock rear as well. Rims, I went with the lightest rims. The ones that I use are the Wed Sport TC 105Ns. Just going with the darker wheels this time around. Front rim size, I actually did adjust this. So you see I have R18s in the front. And I have R18s in the rear. We have the adjustable front racing bumper. You see, we could probably, if you wanted to gain a PI, I don't know what you would, where else you would put it, but we had the race rear wing, and we did the Ferrari remove bumper. Got rid of the chrome there. All right, so that's the parts. Let's go into the tune. The tune is kind of standard, but a little bit different at the same time. So bear with me. We have tire pressure 28. That's normal for myself. Stock gearing, camber negative 3.8, negative 3.2. We got 0 on the toe and 50 on the caster. That's all default. Front anti-roll bars, we have 18.19, and I had to soften up the rears a little bit. We're at 19.56. Springs, we've kept it pretty even at 416.5 and 415.7. Ride height, I brought it down a little bit down to 6'7" because it's a pretty tall car. No problems there. Rebound stiffness, we have at 10.5 and 11.0. It has plenty of turn-in, so I didn't really move that too much. Bump stiffness at 2.1 and 1.9. Aero, I left it just stock at 75 and 137. You guys can play with that a little bit more. If you want a little bit more traction, maybe put a little more cornering on it. The braking force was a little bit different. I had to put it at 45%. I think the balance of the car is a little bit different. And then 200% is normal for braking force for me. Acceleration is 24%, and I did play with this a little bit. I went down, and as I went down, it seemed like it made it a little bit more sluggish. So I kind of put it back up towards my starting spot of 25. It does cause for some wheel spin, and you have to do really good throttle control with it. But I think that's probably the best balance and feel that I had anyway. And deceleration of 35%. All right, so that's all the parts in the tune. And next, you'll see me running on Bathurst against a buddy of mine, GT Foot. just a second. Alright, so we're out here with the Ferrari 250 Cali. Like I said, we are going to be running against GT Foot. Good friend of mine. Let's see. This is going to be a speed car on Bathurst, so let's see how it does. I'm having a hard time out here looking through the leaderboards to figure out who to kind of post up against because I don't know if you guys have heard about the all-wheel drive glitch, but there's an all-wheel drive glitch that is kind of rampant in these lower classes where you make your car all-wheel drive and it gives you PI back. So when I test things, I'm generally testing against my own cars, my own time, because I don't know if everybody's time out there is legitimate. I raced a 250 Cali out there and it was extremely fast. It was so fast that it probably was all-wheel drive, but I wasn't sure who the driver was, so I wasn't sure if it was legit or not. GT Foot is a very legitimate driver, a good driver too, and a pretty good builder of cars himself. The 228 is probably a little bit much for this car, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, let's close that up. I'm going to try a couple laps if we need to. Anytime you want to turn with this car, just make sure you're in a little bit higher gear. That there's a ton of torque up in the turbo range at the top, so you got to be really careful with those. So there, instead of going through there in second gear and third, I'm getting really good acceleration, but I'm also getting traction due to the lower RPMs. Let's see if we can put a better lap together. I think that's a Mach-1. Let's see if I can get closer to it and see what it looks like. I should be able to tell you. It's a Camaro, 69 Camaro. So you can see the Ferrari has a little bit more speed on it. It looks like the Camaro has a little bit wider tires, so it probably has a little bit better handling. But this Ferrari has always been kind of a speedy car. So let's give this another roll. See if we can put a good one together. Ooh. Alright, so GT Foot, it is on. Let's see what we can do here. This car's going to put the power down. We're going to leave it in third right there, just so we don't spin the tires early. Another thing I hate about trying to put time down this track is that sometimes it's pretty hard with speed cars to keep it clean. We'll leave this in third, let off with this turn. Ooh, gosh, it's a little bit too late. That's right. Early shift to third. We got a quick turn coming up. Throttle control around that. Kind of round that curve a little bit. This car does take a little bit of advanced touch when driving it. Know the track. Do a lot of dive-ins. Alright. Slide too much here. Put the power down. A little bit too much spin. We have to pop in. So we need to get a little bit of a lead on here. So you can tell this car would be really good in a multiplayer race just because it has good acceleration and decent top end. Okay, This time we're going to keep it in third. We're going to leave the tires on the ground this time. Here we go. Don't do too many silly things here. We should be alright. We'll go and shift to second just because we're straight enough. There you go. Alright guys, it takes a little bit of advanced driving. It is a little bit of oversteer. You can play with that a little bit or maybe put a little bit more downforce on it. But overall, very fast, very good. Hope you enjoy. See you next video. Later.